the early 1970s, student Michael Pakovis struggled to get around his college campus using his wheelchair. One night, Michael and his friends took matters into their own hands and poured a small cement ramp themselves. They were not only protesting the lack of accommodations in place, but literally paving the way for Michael to access the places and things he needed. Michael couldn't have known the positive ripple effects his actions would have in years to come. But that night, he and his friends began a movement. Curb cuts, as these ramps would be called, were soon cemented all across the U.S. Today, many years down the road, studies show that 9 out of 10 pedestrians go out of their way to use these sorts of ramps when given the opportunity. Curb cuts not only benefit people who use wheelchairs, but also mothers pushing strollers, workers with heavy carts, travelers with luggage, and the list goes on and on. This phenomenon, referred to as the curb cut effect, calls to mind an important biblical truth. Care for the vulnerable in our community is care for our entire community. When we provide welcoming on-ramps for the most vulnerable among us and prioritize their needs, everyone benefits. Research confirms what we are all feeling. Our cultural landscape is as challenging as ever. Mental health disorders have nearly doubled in the past 20 years. During this mental health crisis, children in the foster care system are the most vulnerable. As a byproduct of trauma, children in foster care are 3 to 4 times more likely to be impacted by mental health issues. But God is raising up churches, organizations, families, and individuals to reach the most vulnerable in our communities. People like you and churches like yours. Churches who are called to modern-day ministry to reach children in the foster care system who are caught up in this mental health crisis. At WinShape Homes, we partner with churches to bring healing and restoration to children and families through the gospel. One of the ways we do this is by helping church leaders and their communities become trauma-informed. Trauma-informed churches are equipped to care for the vulnerable who are facing the obstacles of today. As we've learned from the curb cut effect, when we care for those who need it most, everyone reaps the benefits. If you or church leaders you know are new to this conversation, we would love to share a free resource with you that includes evidence-based practices rooted in biblical values. As we link arms together, by God's grace, we believe we'll see communities transformed.